Hey guys, so last week was a great week for crypto. All the altcoins that I've shared in the community are pumping really hard. I hope you had grabbed some of those altcoins. But why was it a great crypto week last week? Because the US administration passed in Congress the Genius Act and the crypto bill that basically regulate crypto in a more friendly manner. One of the things that was passed was the this Genius Act, which regulates stablecoins. So the US wants to make US dollar stablecoins like USDC the de facto currency of the world on the blockchain, right? And this is very bullish for crypto, but especially for ETH. That's why Ethereum has been really pumping hard finally over the last few weeks, because like last year ETH compared to Bitcoin was like really not moving at all, but now finally it's moving. So I hope you had bought in the past. I talk a few times, especially I talk a lot about all these cryptos when it was the tariffs crash, the trade tariffs, right? The trade tariffs war, there was a huge market crash, and Bitcoin back then went from like 100 something thousand to 70 something, 80,000, all the cryptos, all the stocks. So I've shared in the community that it was a quite good time to buy. I hope you can grab some crypto back then. But in a nutshell, this is a great time to be in crypto, not only in crypto, also in stocks, in the S&P 500, in leverage ETFs. Now, one thing that you might ask, like, hey, but like the prices are super, isn't the market overpriced? And the answer is yes, the markets are currently overpriced, but no one knows where the market is going, okay? So I also, of course, prefer if you have bought these stocks and crypto and so on in late 2022, when the market was at the bottom, right? The market was at the bottom in late 2022. It was a great time to buy. Now, the market might be in all-time highs. Bitcoin is all-time high, S&P 500, most stocks are in an all-time high. But we might continue to see all-time highs again and again and again. You will hear Robert Kiyosaki, Peter Schiff, Michael Burry, all these perma-bears talking about the market crash, the market is coming down, and someday they will be right, okay? Robert Kiyosaki, I love these guys, there is a lot to learn from them, but they are permanently calling a crash. And the fact is that we have crashes in the traditional markets, in the stock market and so on, once every 6 years on average, okay? So we have 6 years of bull markets with, on average, 1 year of bear market. So if you are waiting on the sidelines in cash, sitting in cash, waiting for the bear market, you are missing very big, okay? The best strategy to invest in the long term is just buy and hold, and passive is really the best because the data doesn't lie. 95% of the traders lose money, while 95% of the long-term investors make money, okay? So you need to buy it, hold it, let it compound, let your money grow. And the markets, yes, are overpriced. There are some signs of overpricing. So if you are way into profit area, like I am at the moment, you can take some profits. I have sold some of my Bitcoin. I have sold some of my ETH. I didn't sell most of my altcoins because I'm still waiting for the altcoin bull market. But why did I sell my Bitcoin? Part of it, small part of it, maybe 1/3. I sold because, my average buying price was $20,000, and now it gave me already a 5-6x return on investment, considering the current prices. So that's why I sold part of my. By the way, I have created some new trading view indicators that I would like you to try. I created the EVAR indicator, the entropic value at risk. It's a very innovative indicator that no one ever until now created, at least on TradingView. This indicator measures risk not by looking at volatility, but by looking at different levels of entropy in the market. And it really works well to signal risk areas or moments when it's low risk and it might be a good time to invest. I also created another very interesting indicator that is a VIX to price covariance, which correlates the VIX, the volatility index, with the price of the asset that you are analyzing. And this is also very interesting to predict crashes and predict downturns, because typically before you have a crash, you have volatility going up, you have the VIX going up. So if you look at the VIX, apologies if it is a bit noisy here. If you look at the VIX, you can maybe 50% of the time predict that the crash will happen, and you might protect yourself. You might do some edging. You might take some profit when you see those areas. So I will leave those two indicators in this post. And yeah, guys, I hope I'll see you soon.